Hi, how are ya? Well, we beat the game. We did it, guys. But now I'm back to do the post-game extra chapters, which is showing like the backstory of Magari and her cult and the other guy. I forget his name. And some just extra lore stuff. And the bonus unlockables. So let's look at these bonuses. So these are all the pictures in the game that I unlocked. I guess videos I unlocked as well. Nice. This is all the music within the game. EVP machine. Oh, I guess these are just spoken lines. Damn, I didn't get all of them. That sucks. Good job, everyone, on completing the game. This Asami, I really appreciate you making it all the way to the end. It's been 2 years since I was first told that something big was going to happen with Ayumi. And finally, at long last, the story ended like that. When I was reading the script, I was like, Ayumi, you go, girl, but then I realized I was going to be the one that played this role, and it totally sobered me up. I think that's the scariest part of the whole thing for me, but it was really fun playing as her either way. During the recording, I tried to really express myself in various ways, and I hope that managed to reach you guys. It's kind of like you've been watching over her as she's grown up. So the Tale of Heavenly Host Elementary is over, but there's always Corpse Party 2, so please keep watching over me as the series goes on, okay? This is Asami signing off. Hello, this is Hiro Shimono, the voice of Satoshi Mochida in Corpse Party Blood Drive. So, the recording session just ended. Good job completing it. Where should I begin? First of all, I just want to say one thing. I'm so tired right now. My memory was jogged from the last time about just how much energy it takes to work on a project like Corpse Party, you know? So what can I really say? I don't know if the energy that got sapped is physical or spiritual, or something totally different. But every time I finish one of these recordings, I'm always totally beat. I was also really surprised this time around when I first heard that this is the finale for the Heavenly Host Elementary Saga. It's like this game is a follow-up to the very first game going beyond the events that happened in it. Actually, I guess since I was told I can talk about anything in this interview, spoiler or no, I got more lines than before, and I used to think that my character was like too normal, kind of like a random NPC, but this time around he speaks a whole lot. And when I finished recording, I realized something. He's not a hero. Let's go. How should I say this? He's more like a regular person who happens to accompany a bunch of actual heroes and heroines. That's kind of the way I feel about him, yeah. Though I guess I'm not really sure if he's still like that at the end of the game. I'm looking forward to finding that out. Again, if there is a next time, I would of course love to play as him again, given the chance. Satoshi's even going to make it into the next series. I don't even know if there is a next series, but if there is, I have one request. Can we not use the studio anymore? It's like creepy, for real. Since the Heavenly Host Elementary saga is over and done with, let's say our time in the studio is too, okay? I'm scared of recording here. When we were recording, there would sometimes be some kind of noise, like a big noise, that would just ring out. I'm seriously, I mean, even talking to you right now, I'm like seriously terrified. So I hope the people in charge would consider switching studios, and anyone who's listening to this, I hope you enjoy playing the game. May our paths cross again, and if it's too scary for you, ask your friends to come over and play it with you and let other people in on the action. You know you wanna. Anyway, I hope to get to talk to you again sometime, and I look forward to it. This is Hiro Shimano. Bye-bye. So did you enjoy playing Corpse Party Blood Drive? This is Rina Sato, voice of Naomi Nakashima. Good job unlocking this. So the first Corpse Party comes to an end here, huh? When I got to the studio, I have to admit, I was a little nervous and excited, and I'm recording this message in the heat of that excitement. There sure were a lot of appealing scenes this time as well, weren't there? Like that torture scene, right? What was up with that? Which torture scene? Before I started recording, I asked the staff to explain every detail to me. So I hope I was able to make all my scenes seem... Well, being able to act out a torture scene really makes me feel like I've made it as an actor, you know? My greatest hopes is that I was playing these scenes, you as the player would be like, man, that seems like it hurt, or holy crap, that's scary. Though there were precious few scenes where Naomi and Seiko got to interact with one another, but I guess that's just how it goes. It is a little sad though, at least there's one line where Naomi says she still considers Seiko to be her best friend. I put my all into that part. I hope you enjoy that scene a lot when you get to it. And while this may be the finale, I think you should keep supporting the series. I'll speak to you again sometime, so keep supporting the series. Once again, this has been Rina Sato, voice of Naomi. Bye-bye. Hello, this is Sayori Hayami, voice of Kuon. Congratulations on clearing the game. Yay! So, how was it? I finished recording my part literally just this minute. Personally, I feel it got really emotional as the story progressed, and I was tearing up a lot while playing her. Kuon is not just a pretty face, but a very level-headed and warm-hearted woman as well, I think. In some scenes, she hugs the other characters and really talks to them heart to heart. I think those were my favorite scenes. I mean, seriously, she is just too cute. Which stands to reason since I'm playing as her myself, but well, you want to be hugged by her too, don't you? Not really. And I want to hear her whispering softly to me, I truly do. Hello? There are a lot of charming characters in this game, so I hope you play it again and again. No need to stop after just a single playthrough. I'm not playing this again. Good game, but hell no. Anyway, that's it for me. So long. Hello, this is Yoichi Nakamura, voice of Yoshiki. Good job completing the chapter. Or whatever you completed to unlock this recording. Huh. I can have no clue what the timing will be when you listen to this, really. I assume you'll be listening right after you've watched an ending, at least. In which case, how did you like the game? When I first read the script, I was kind of relieved to find that there weren't too many cruel death scenes for Yoshiki this time, but I think that also threw me off my guard a little bit. Because there are tons of scenes where he screams, and yeah, I'm exhausted now. So we actors have been breaking our backs for this game, cradling it as if it were our own child. But then I think about you guys beating it super fast, and I can't help but cry.
思うともう泣けてきてしょうがないですけども、
So in the story, especially in my part of the story, it's almost about Yoshiki and Ayumi, which means I didn't really get to know the other characters' routes from recording.
に関しては本当にヨシキと歩みとが出てくるだけで他の方のルートっていうものが全然わからない状態だったりもしたので、そういう意味では
I think we all were really curious where it goes and how it ends, but that just means we'll have to play the game and have fun discovering that on our own.
楽しみがですねより増えるかなと。まあ大体いつも
Usually, we actors are separated into several teams in recording, and since there are a lot of characters I don't know this time, this is the first time I've ever said this name, or who's this person again?
誰だっけって思う人がですね非常に多くてですね、そういう意味で
That made this recording session really interesting and fresh for me as well. So I guess in the next game, wait, is there a next game? Actually, I'm not even sure if there will be. But if there is a next game, I hope I can break my back again to make something you guys will surely enjoy, so please support the series with all your heart. Thank you very much. Good day to all you playing Corpse Party Blood Drive and screaming bloody murder. This is Eri Kitamura, voice of Piss Girl. I just finished recording my part, and I kind of feel like I'm always saying this, but I really need to say it again because it's so important. I'm drenched in sweat. I sweated a lot. I mean a lot. I guess you could say I sweated from my heart as well as my pores. I hope you enjoy hearing Yuka's screams and watching her get freaked out. Good day to all you oh god. I restarted it by accident.
たった今私は収録の方を終えまして、もう毎度同じような感想を言ってしまっているような気がするんですけれども、大事なことなので何度も言います。汗だくです。非常に汗をかきました。なんでしょうね、心の汗もあるのかな。今回
I hope you enjoy hearing her screams and getting freaked out.
絶叫に至るまでのね、ゆかちゃんの調子の乗りを
Before recording, I talked about her a little bit with Kedwin and some of the other staff members, kind of off of the cuff about how she just never learns. And I'm really pleased if you enjoyed watching over the antics of this cute but kind of unfortunate little person. Seems like she's always being put through the grinder, but there are a lot of really good scenes with her too. So I hope you'll watch over her warmly and open-heartedly. Anyway, I wish you much luck with your continued playing of Corpse Party Blood Drive. This is Eri Kitamura. I think Yuka had like the best arc in Book of Shadows. She had a lot more scenes in Book of Shadows and was displayed better through the art. In this one, she's just, my brother, possessed, I have to piss. Like, come on. Congratulations on completing the game. Hello everyone, this is Rikako Yamaguchi, voice of Aiko. So this is an interview about recording for the game, right? I've heard people talk about recording Corpse Party, but it was way more tiring than I expected. This experience, I've never experienced a recording of Corpse Party play game before this one, save for Corpse Party Birthday Bash. So to get ready, I was practicing at home, and I swear I almost died several times from the lack of air. In some scenes, my character Aiko is mentally driven into a corner, and she apologizes or gets really panicked. And whenever I practice those scenes, I start to feel dizzy. But I think that kind of makes them more realistic. It improves them. I also loved watching people scream and seeing high school girls covered in blood, so it was really, really fun playing this role. What? That's psychotic to say. I bet the people who play this game are into stuff like that too, so I'm sure we can all enjoy it together. What? Be sure to collect every single ending now, okay? Anyway, thank you all for everything. She just said, I'm into watching people see high school girls covered in blood, and the people playing this are into that too. That's wild to say in an interview. That's wild to say, period.
もこんにちは。幸役の近藤
Hello,
優
this
で
is
す。
Yui Kondo, voice of Sachi. I'm really honored to have participated in the long-lasting series that is Corpse Party, and I felt a little reverence when I received the script, but
こんにちは。幸
god
役
damn
の
it,
近藤
I
優
keep
です。
pressing buttons.
今回コープスパーティーという長く続いている作品に参加させていただいてすごく嬉しいって思って台本を受け取ったんですけど、あれ
As I read through, I was like,
ちょ
huh?
っと思っていて、さちちゃん
I found out that Sachi didn't really talk. She couldn't really
あ
talk.
んまり口もちゃんと聞けない感じってなって、あれと
And that just made me stop and go, huh?
すごい
But since I've never played a role like her, it was actually a lot of
今までやったことが
fun.
ないような役だったのでとても楽しかったです。うなったり
I enjoyed growling and screaming. It was fun.
楽しかったです。でも
And as I was reading the script, I could tell how scary this game was going to be, and decided I'd like to try playing it myself too.
プレイしてみたいなって
It wasn't really that scary.
怖いの苦手なんですけど
Except I don't like scary things. But I kind of want to hear my growling and screaming in context.
思いました。
Anyway, I hope you get very, very, very scared of Sachi, but come to really love her in the end. Not really.
怖がってもらって怖がった先に愛してもらえたらいいかなって思います。なんか最終的に消
I
える
mean,
感
she's
じで
gone
終
in
わ
the
っちゃい
end,
まし
but
た
her
けど
spirit's at peace, so she's a good girl now, right? I sure hope so.
いい子になったんですよね、きっと。喋り
I just wanted to speak.
な
That was weird. Since when the fuck was Yuya in this? Kablam. I had no idea you were such a fan of mobile suits that can fire a ton of missiles. Anatomical model. Hello, this is Sujita, voice of the anatomical model. Oh, and Yuya Kazami too. So is that really an anatomical model, or could it be... Well, the first chapter of the story, I was reminded back when I was a student myself. I remembered all sorts of things about my junior high experience. I didn't attend my college graduation ceremony, though. Actually, I didn't attend my high school graduation ceremony either. So I don't really wax nostalgic about those events. I don't feel all sad about never going back to the same school again or moving on or any of that. I mean, when I graduated from junior high, all my friends went to the same high school I did. We were all just like, we can talk about the video games and porn magazines and all that tomorrow, like we always do, right? It's kind of a weird situation. So this is my first real graduation ceremony in the matter of speaking. I guess you could say that, and it really is kind of depressing. I get it now. This whole time I was like, man, I'm so tired. How long does this series last? But when I first heard that Corpse Party was going to end, I started asking why. Why does it have to end? What is that? This heavy feeling in my heart. It's amazing, isn't it? No other feeling can beat it. Anyway, thanks. What a typical man response.
皆さん
Well done,
お疲れ
everyone.
様でした。
This is Ikyu Otani, voice of Sachiko, and also Yoshi, and the mother of Sachiko.
疲れたでしょう。
I bet you're exhausted after playing through all that, huh? Well, you did a great job. So, Corpse Party, the final Sachiko chapter, or I mean, the last chapter of the Heavenly Host saga.
天神小学校最終章。どうして最
Why
終章
can't we just call it the last chapter of Corpse
天
Party?
神小学校最終章
When you say it's the last chapter of Heavenly Host saga, that means that there's going to be more, right?
もう怖い
Well, we don't need any more scary stories. Stop!
今
So
回は
this time we
です
find
ね
out exactly what happened to Sachiko, right? I've been begging the staff to let her rest in peace, and they kept telling me it wasn't gonna
こ
happen.
のスタッフさんみんなにさっちゃん成仏させようよさせてよなんて話をしたら絶対成仏しませんっていう話を聞いて本当に目の前真っ暗だったんですけど、台本もいた
Then
だ
I
いて
get a hold of the script and
晴れて成仏しま
she's
した
finally at peace. Yay!
イエーイもう戻ってこな
And
い
don't you ever come back.
もう黒い
Don't ever go back to the dark side again,
さっちゃんにならないよ
So putting all that aside, if I look at this experience as a job, I'm not really sure what to say. I'm not very good with scary
まあちょっ
things.
とこうどうだろうか怖いのは苦手なんですけれど一応いろいろ
But I'm really grateful that I had an opportunity to play this role, and it was a great experience overall.
させていただきましてさっちゃんの
Sometimes watching Sachiko do such awful things was pretty distressing, though.
やってる時はね
But when I was playing her, it was actually a lot of fun.
なので
I mean, I'm sure a lot what she did to,
させて
with
しまいましたが
stuff that you all
最後に
found.
さっちゃんが言いました
I can't read fast. But Sachiko said in the end that she wanted to apologize, and she meant it. She really wanted to make amends.
いい子のさっちゃんで
She was good-natured deep down, but thanks to her immense powers, she wound up doing horrible things.
皆さんも
We should all be careful about how we use this power that we're given together, and we can make this world a better place.
はい。ということで、
Anyway, thanks for listening. Well done,
お
everyone.
疲れ様でした。あずさをやらせて
Hi, this is
いただきま
Yukana,
した。
the voice of Azusa.
えー
So my overall thoughts on this game are like, right?
って感じです。怖いですね。
I mean, it's a scary story, it really is.
あの
When I was first introduced to Kedwin, I was like, this is a cool dude.
なんか人当たりのいい人だなって思ったんですけど、でも紹介してく
But
れ
the
た
person
人
who
が
introduced him to me said he's
ゲ
not
ドです
so much of a Kendoin
なんかちょっとだけ
as he is a
分かってきたよ
Gedo
うな
and
気がします
Heretic in.
というわけ
So
で
anyway, I did my best to give you guys the best Azusa I could manage again.
体も張って頑張りました。皆さんに
I hope you all enjoyed playing this game.
いいなと思います。ありがとうございま
Thanks
し
for
た。
the opportunity.
皆さんお疲れ様です。
Good job, everybody. This is Hiromi Garashi, voice of Yuki. Since Yuki had only one line, though, I played as other characters too.
いろんなキャラを少しずつやらせていただきました。です
But
が
all of my characters only had 2 or 3 pages of lines, so I ended up with absolutely no clue what was going on in this
全く
game.
本編の内容が分かっていないので、なんか
Which means I really can't talk about the story here.
まあ個人的
I
に
was
ち
a
ょ
little
っと残
sad
念
though
な
that
のがナナちゃんがいなかったことですかね。
Nana wasn't in this title.
前回
She suffered so much, and I was hoping that maybe this game could give her some nice scenes to balance that out. But no such luck, I guess.
仕方ないですね。でもまたなんか新しい
And a lot of new
キャラもいっぱい増え
characters
てて
make an appearance in this game, though, and I'm really looking forward to playing it, since I'm a fan of the
今か
series
らやるの
myself.
が楽しみです。台本に
In the script, there are a bunch of multiple choice scenarios written, with some of them saying nothing happens when you choose this.
何を選ぶと何も起きないって書いてあるんですけど、その先が
But it doesn't say anything else, so I was like, what happens if I choose the other one? Several of my scenes had this, so I sure hope you guys like your wrong ends.
私の数少ないシーンでもありましたので、ぜひ皆さんいろんなねバッドエンドを見て楽しんでいただけたらなと思います。また
After the game is out, I'll be sure to give my feedback on it.
言いたいなと思います。コプスパーティーファンの皆
I'd
さん、
like to thank all of you beautiful Corpse Party fans. Thanks so much. An item that acts as a transceiver. Okay. This is just the encyclopedia of everything that we got and everyone that we already know. Okay, let's see these extra chapters. Let's go. Extra Chapter 1, Last Waltz. So cold. My entire body hurts. That's right, I couldn't move a muscle on my body as if it were paralyzed. I tried to focus my strength into my arms to wake them up, but my left arm seems to be broken. The areas in the most pain in my left are my left arm, the left side of my head. My shoulder seems to have taken on some brunt as well. I lay on my stomach and turn my neck. The one muscle still mobile for me. To see an immediate environment full of broken branches and crushed leaves. Looks like I got caught on some branches and my ribs may be broken as well. What an ungrateful sight. I might be utterly helpless to boot. Oh, it's Morishige. Good. I mustn't allow Mayu to see me in such a state. Mayu. Please don't look at me. Stop staring at my insides. Shig, please. That mournful voice was playing over my phone so clearly Mayu's. I just couldn't get the sound of it out of my ears. It haunted my every thought and shook me to my core. Sorrow and anger, hatred and remorse. My head was flooded with wave upon wave of emotion. I allowed my own morbid curiosity to get the better of me, using it as justification to disrespect or even desecrate the corpses of countless unfortunate victims in this school. What a beautiful specimen. She sparkles so perfectly in the dim light, innards ripe with a blue hue that belies the finality of their situation, appearing passionate and alive. And her intestines are so thin and twisted. Are you embarrassed to show me what lies beneath your skin, my nameless angel? I shall perceive this perfection on my phone for all eternity. For you are truly so unsightly, I can't help but gaze upon you. One corpse more than any other caught my eye. However, this wasn't just some nameless person I'd never known in life, as I initially assumed. She was a friend whom I cherished as I would a sister. She was the light that helped kept moving forward in this dark space. She was Mayu Suzumoto. Uh, she she was a stain. Her light had been snuffed, leaving only darkness in my heart. Okay, so they weren't actually related, but I guess they were just so close that they were implied to like see each other as brother and sister, but still very incestuous. Still the implication of incest, and I do not like that. Mayu. I'm sorry, Mayu. I cried with every last bit of my soul, penetrating the ugliness of my own physical form as I lay there, bruised and broken and covered in my own vomit. The pungent stench of bile filled my nose. Mayu. The tears kept on streaming. I was sobbing so hard, and though possibly broken ribs no less, that my airways had backed up, causing me to break out into fits of coughing. A sudden gust of wind shook the leaves on the trees around me, chilling my body and soul, and filling my ears with the sound of rustling leaves. My head hurts. I feel sick. I had to move. I know that if I didn't, I would wither and die here, besmirched by my blood and contents of my own stomach. I attempted to stand, but the pain was disheartening. Blast it. I balanced myself on my right arm with excruciating effort and was able to forcefully climb back to my feet. I put my hand on the nearest tree, using it as a crutch with which to support my weight as I relearned the mere art of remaining upright under these new physical restrictions. Glancing back toward the school, I noticed a rusty tub next to the wall. It was full of water from the near constant rain. Every step I took brought with a new, more intense pain, but I took those steps nonetheless, approaching the tub slowly and methodically. I squatted in front of it and pulled my face close to the water's surface. Cupping some rainwater in my right hand, splashed my face, attempting to wash up as best as I could. Another gust of wind shook the tree branches, but this time it brought with it a gift, a large plastic bag, which somehow found its way to my foot and got itself caught up thereupon. I stared at it for a time, pondering what paltry favor fate has brought me, but ultimately chose to keep it on my person. I painstakingly made my way back to the school building. I entered through the connecting corridor between the main building and its annex, and resumed my wanderings through the dark, empty halls. The only sound I could hear was that of my own footfalls. From whence does this foul odor emanate, if not from all corners of this place? Just how many living, breathing human beings remain within its walls? Machida, Kishinuma, Nakashima, Shinohara, the class rep, Miss Yui, and Machida's sister. I haven't seen any of them for quite a time now. Have they all perished? Am I the sole survivor? You wish. It isn't an unreasonable proposition. Surviving in a place like this requires no small amount of determination. I peered into a random classroom through its broken door, and the first thing I saw was a hefty stack of corpses, each wearing a sailor-style school uniform. Bodies here as well. I don't recall them from before. Such an odd space this is, devoid of day and night alike. It's as if time has stopped, though it clearly hasn't. Corpses decompose here, as anywhere else, eventually turning to bone. This truly is a wretched place. Perhaps I'll be among the rotting masses tomorrow. As I walked along the old rundown halls, a scent not unlike rusted steel began to graze my nose, growing stronger and stronger as I approached my destination. And there I was, the point where the hall formed an S shape. And there it was, an unmatched sight that would turn an ordinary man's stomach. Fortunately, mine had already gotten turned, twisted, and thoroughly emptied, freeing me to enjoy the view. Sorry I'm late. I've come to pick you up, Mayu. I knelt before the spider chunks of human flesh on the wall, as if in reverence, and opened a large plastic bag fate had bequeathed me. Not him putting her in a fucking plastic bag. There you are, Shig. What on earth kept you? I wasn't the only one waiting, you know. Teacher wanted to see you perform too. It's like I said earlier, your acting is always so dazzling and full of life, whether I'm standing right next to you or watching you from afar. You flatter me. Not at all. I just don't want to miss your big chance, you know? I'm sure there's a lot of crap to deal with, but well, I just think that there's an equal amount of good that could come from it too. And it wouldn't just be for you, but those of us who feel energized when they see you act like me. So come on, let's go. I know you can do it. When I was young, I was highly prone to sickness, which resulted in me spending an inordinate amount of time home alone. My parents were so busy, they rarely ever had time for me. So I've learned that when I know my expectations aren't to be met, I'm better off expecting nothing from the very start. This guiding philosophy made it easier for me to cope with the time I was forced to spend by myself, but ultimately I came to prefer my own company, willfully locking myself away. Generally, when one child behaves in such a manner, a responsible parent would exhibit some sign of worry, no? But mine did not. My father's a doctor, so this time at home was always a premium. And in the rare instances we would talk, he would only ask questions of me as if I were just another of his patients. To me, he was less of a father, more of a physician. I rarely spoke and I never smiled, and this terrified my mother, whose interactions with me were always tentative and hesitant, as if she were dealing with some rare disease. This environment shaped me into the person I am, a person distrustful of his own parents. The only family member in whom I had full confidence was my grandfather. But after he passed away, I had no one. I withdrew completely until I met Mayu. If I hadn't met her, I may have never known the joys of acting. Let's be together forevermore, Mayu. You should be all here now, right? Wait. It's not here. Where could it be? Mayu, your hairpin is missing. Where is it? Where did it go? I frantically searched the immediate area, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Did someone take it? Blast. I'm sorry, Mayu. I know it must be somewhere around here. I'll find it for you, I swear. I'm beginning to think I'm the only person still alive in here. It hurts, it hurts. I don't want to die, I don't want to die. Help me, help me. Why me? I did nothing wrong. Again? Die, everybody, just die. Damn it, it's your fault. It's all your fault. The hell it is, you're the one to blame. Everything's your fault. Mommy, I can't stop bleeding. I can't stop it. You're the one who climbed up here, just because you could. This isn't anyone's fault. I mean, you climbed it too. But we fell because you pulled me. You're the one who pulled. Nuh-uh. Yaha. Children in reality are merciless creatures consumed with greed. The way they react when they've been cornered is what truly fascinates me. But those who have died and possess no physical body anymore are nothing more than balls of pure malice and regret, unsightly and best avoided. When the spark of life is attached to the body, only then is it able to shine its brightest and appear its most beautiful. It's simply of no time for the dead. As I approached the auditorium, I heard a voice echoing from within. Is someone there? I looked inside and saw a young man standing on stage, wearing a uniform of a different school. He held a plastic bag in his hand, which seemed to be standing in for our co-star. This night, on northern Polaris, I do vow its distant glow, alighting on thy cheeks. For you, my deepest feelings to opine, my heart and soul cast at your worthy feet. 'Twas at the masquerade our love didst bloom, without reserve and faceless in our guise, unknown our family's quarrel. But my fate is to be drawn deep in thy endless eyes. So song to song we danced, our warm embrace shook loose the last resistance of our heart, and when our lips exchanged the softest brush, where dreams surpassing all men's art. Regret I bear for parting there with thee, when all my instinct was to steal away. Beneath night's cover, tarnishing our names, when have we our names come back of day? This mad desire that burns within my heart eternally, full of it seems to burst. Mayhap it burst long past, and now I stare upon thee with the eyes of one unmade. Oh, couldst I fly to thee this very night, yet in my flight perhaps thou were dismayed. The stars on thy high seats burn bright this night, as though the future twixt us now to tell. My heart is restless, stricken with such terror as visions of our failure might impart. Thou art my greatest love, as blue's the sky, yet fate grips me thee to drive apart. Wherefore cannot we meet as lovers meet? Wherefore dost thou our hearts refuse to cross? Answers I implore you. Stars above, why torments thou us so with hard loss? Her hands, her feet, her lips, her being in whole is perfection, Eden sculpted by God's hand. The lily's purity exposed, laid bare, that predators may force their way within. To call myself a guardian, to possess another as my own. Desire demands, call it sophistry, or what thou willst. For all else I may be, I'm first a man. And as a man descent from Adam's kin, the impure flame is kindled here within. Alas, her smile was once enough to save these demons howling, clawing at my breast. But daily grow these feelings, and those smiles which once could soothe me, now confer no rest. What match is there for touch, for talk, for taste, to soak thee in like venom through the skin? If sorrow hangs thee, I'll attend thy side, to lift thee up is wishing such a sin. I'd love thee even if 'twere from afar, or if all men describe me with contempt. If be my hands corrupt, I'll chop them off. If be my tongue corrupt, I'll scoop it out. If my eyes shall defile you, out they come. All sense is naught if thou departs me. From me, one on bended knee I beg of thee to spurn. All others who would court you, turn and turn. If not, I spray one last favor grant. Allow my lips once more to touch thy hand. The man slowly, painstakingly dropped to one knee, as his soliloquy suggested he would. He began drawing his blood towards the plastic bag, his lips toward the plastic bag, until I made him realize he had an audience. Who's there? Not a bad performance. I had no idea you were such a skilled bard. You're Yuya Kazami, was it? You remember my name, I'm flattered. I never imagined we'd truly meet again, however. I suppose those of like mind have a certain bond in here. Don't let me in with you, I'm not like you at all. Yeah, no, you're both equally bad. Your knife, it has blood on it. Oh my, I forgot all about that. That's right, your interests lie in taking photos of the dead with your phone, don't they? Sukataro Murashiki from Kisargai Academy High Class, if I'm not mistaken. I see, so you were watching me after all. Far be it from me to criticize your pastime. Getting excited by the sight of corpses is certainly unique. Well, I suppose there's no harm in you knowing. Taboos don't exist in a twisted land such as this. Very true. It's up to each of us how best to use this time we have left in here. And you've chosen to run around killing people with yours. Oh, come now. You speak as if I'm some kind of serial killer. You are, but I only kill those who catch my interest. Yeah, that's called being a serial killer. If it goes by any other name, I'm sure those who caught your interest thus far would have no qualms calling you what you were. What you are. Hey, you speak as if this doesn't concern you. I see. Am I a person of interest then? For your amusements? Let's just say you're a contender. I'm not the only one killing people, you know, and in the end there's no difference whether you're killed by the living or the dead, is there? In fact, I suspect being killed by the dead is a far more brutal experience. Consider, for example, the girl who wore this hairpin in life. That's... Don't tell me you knew her. Would you give that to me? So this is a memento of the girl you love. No. Why do you want it? Because. Because? Why should I bother explaining myself to you? I must have struck a nerve, as I was suddenly being attacked. Not that he was particularly good at it, though. I had no trouble at all dodging. Watch it now, I wouldn't lunge at a man with a knife if I were you. I tossed the hairpin across the room, then grabbed Morishiki's right arm and began twisting it. Let go, that really hurts. But if I let you go, you're just going to attack me again, aren't you? Shut the hell up, just let go of me. Why would I do that exactly? My prey has been caught. It would be such a waste if I were to simply open a trap and return it to the wild so soon. I placed the knife against his cheek. Answer my question. The owner of that hairpin, what is your relation to her? Why do I have to answer a question like that? Don't get smart with me. I don't like smart. I twisted his arm even farther. It looks like it must really hurt. Maybe you should hurry up and answer my question. Bastard, Mayu's like a sister to me. We've always been together. So that paste of the dead girl's name is Mayu, then. Mayu's not dead. Huh? Mayu's not dead, she's not. What's so funny? What's so funny? Are you honestly telling me that girl smeared on the wall isn't dead? One little stab in the gut is usually enough to take someone out, you know. Life is fragile enough, even when it's mostly intact. But that's not even recognizably human anymore. How exactly is she not dead? Mayu's alive, I know she is. Shig? I heard her from my phone. I heard Mayu's voice. She's alive. Look, she's right there. Are you telling me that bag? I just couldn't find her hairpin. So for that, I'm very grateful. Now let go. Let go of me. Clearly attempting to ignore the pain in his arm, Morishige bent and contorted his body until I could no longer hold on to him, eventually shoving me out of his way. Blood streamed out from the spot of Morishige's cheek where I'd held the knife. It must have dug into his skin a little bit during the struggle. With much effort, he'd stumbled his way over to where Mayu's hairpin had landed. Shig, now I have all of you. Shig, that's enough, that's enough. I finally found your hairpin, the one you were always wearing. This is absurd. You're just placating yourself, deluding yourself. All you have is a clump of meat you found in the hallway. Did this Mayu ask you to gather her up into a bag? Was that truly what she wanted from you? Be quiet. And she was just demented little waves, soliciting forgiveness. You weren't able to protect her, so now you're desperately trying to atone for that. Shut your mouth. You weren't there for her in time of need. You basically just let her die. Morishige was trying to look strong and in control up until now, but his cracks were starting to show. They always do after a time. Probably hates you for it. You are, after all, the man who failed to save her from a gruesome demise. I don't feel that way at all. I ran into some ghostly children just before coming here, and they were saying some rather hostile things. If their grudges were any indication, then this Mayu is likely sitting next to you right now, telling you to hurry up and die already. No, that's not true, Shig. You're right, you have to be. I couldn't protect her. I let my precious Mayu die. It's not your fault, it's not your fault. It was all me. I was the one who felt bad for those children and let myself get trapped by them. I was so lonely, so very lonely. I just needed someone to talk to. I should have listened to Shinozaki and Kishinuma. I would have been happy if I'd just been able to see you one last time, though. She meant so much to you, and yet you allowed her to die, all alone. From this point on, you'll need to live with the guilt of that failure until the day you die. Or you can atone for your sins and take your own life, in which case I believe I can be of assistance. Stop. Mayu. I want Shig to live. Don't speak to me for me, you awful man. You don't know how I feel. Mayu. I loved you, you know. I was always too embarrassed to say it, but if I'd known this is how things would have end, I would have... Mayu, that's why I don't want to wind up... I don't want you to wind up like I did, okay? Morishige stared at my knife for a time, then reached out and grabbed it. Don't do it, Shig. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you. I love you. Shig? And just like that, he stabbed himself in the chest. With what little strength he had remaining, he then pulled the knife from his body. Blood poured out from his wound, staining the area around him a deep crimson. So these are the backstories of, like, you know, what happened to them. Please, no, no, no! Mayu, let's be together. Morishige fell to the floor, his eyes still wide open. Once he'd stopped writhing, I slowly walked over to his body. I then removed my knife from his hand and shook the blood from its blade. Death is what divides humans. It returns us all to nothing. It can either bring us eternal peace or eternal suffering. I'm glad this could come in handy. So tragic yet so beautiful was a melancholic waltz we danced here today, Morishige. Extra Chapter 1, Last Waltz End. Soulful testimony, soulful testimony. Extra Chapter 2. Blood Drive, Extra Chapter 2, Martuba. It was a few days before Ayumi would be released from the hospital. The setting was a dark, palatable palatial chamber. Truly palatial at that, with various paintings and tapestries lining the walls, and ornate, vividly hued candelabras dotting the room, along with a variety of human and animal-shaped objects placed here and there. In short, these were surroundings rife with a sinister and supernatural mystique. Such was the nature of Martuba's Tomb, the secret organization of black magic practitioners to which I belonged, and into these solemn yet stern environs echoed a low, deep female voice. We had determined the whereabouts of our holiest of objects, the grimoire plunged from our hands by those detestable Yagora. There was a slow, heavy cadence to her voice and a degree of archaism to her speech that perfectly conveyed both authority and experience. This was not someone to be questioned. Surrounding me in the sacred place were numerous shadowy figures, each wearing a black robe. We looked an awful lot like a pop culture perception of devil worshippers. Oh, truly? At long last. Damn those Yagora. The Book of Shadows. The weight of this news was evident by the sudden emotional reactions of those around me. I too was wearing a black robe, though the bits of pale skin peeking through would have made it easy to pick me out of a lineup. Lo, the radiance of our queen hath reached mine eyes from the depths of the schoolhouse manifested by the Nirvana. Oh, just as predicted, our founder's wisdom rings true. But was the girl of use? There was a palpable sense of excitement throughout the chamber. Magari, come. Okay. I stepped forward. Mistress Magari of the second degree, we place in thee our trust on thy mission. Thanks a bunch. The very fate of this, our sacred order of Martuba's Tomb, doth depend solely upon the Book of Shadows. Thus must thou useth thy power to retrieve it forthwith. Huh? By myself? Thou be'st the Soul Master available at this juncture. She with the second right of succession, Azusa Takai, be also present within the Nirvana. Thou art to retrieve both the book and the girl. Oh, fine. I had no qualms about talking back to our high and mighty leader, but some fights you just can't win. There was no getting out of this one, so I figured I'd just suck it up. We shall keep thee abreast of all pertinent information. Do not falter. If thou shalt fail, know that thy right of succession shall be revoked. I found myself in the local park that night. From atop the jungle gym, I contemplated my situation. Why does everyone have to suck so much? With my position as successor on the line, I guess I don't really have any choice but to go. But goddamn, heavenly hosts? Ugh, why? They have to go after that fucker Azusa on top of everything else? Where the hell does she get off? I laid myself back onto the steel bars of the jungle gym and I gazed up at the sky. The stars were particularly bright at night. Why the fuck did you have to die on me, Naho Sanoki? Naho bitch, scum, shithead. I could almost make out Naho's wry smile in the sky above, as if she'd somehow become a constellation after her passing. I was supposed to be the one to kill you. I felt alone, unchallenged, and then even the Naho constellation died on me, sliced through by the tail of the shooting star in the dark of night. Why'd you have to leave me? Aren't I good enough for you? Unfortunately, I was alone no longer. A voice rang out from below me. It was Mizuto. Hey, long time no see. When I turned to look, I saw him standing at the bottom of the jungle gym, waving. I said nothing in response, instead brandishing my scythe and leaping from the perch in my one swift motion, hoping to catch him off guard and lop off his damned head. He was obviously ready for me, however, casually stopping my advance with a 500 yen umbrella, without once displaying the slightest surprise or strain on his face. If I had to give him credit for one thing, it would be keeping cool under pressure. My strength is not insubstantial. He had to have been struggling to hold me back, but it didn't show. You also have the Book of Shadows, aren't you, Miss Fourth in Line? So how about we work together till one of us gets it? The scythe and the plastic umbrella's frame scraped against one another with an ear-splitting shing. I had every intention of killing him right then and there, and I made no effort to hide it. Mizuno, meanwhile, was just smiling back at me, though he had a look in his eyes as well that slightly belied his outwardly nonchalant regard for this battle. His black pupils shone red in the dim light. Finally, we were pushed hard enough that our weapons clashed and deflected one another, putting in some slight distance between us. We'll save this fun for later, persistent Yagora scum. With a flick of the wrist, I shrank my sight back into the portable form and sheathed it, and then I crossed my arms and smiled. Yeah, there'll be plenty of time for a battle royale later. Guess I'll just have to wait till then, because I sure would love to kill your Martuba. When this is all over, I'll be sure to watch you take your last breath. If we're going to work together, though, we'll need to be on the same page. I believe that we're looking for this fully intact Book of Shadows, correct? Your holy object with the Nirvana and the core, I'll put right back into it to form the completed whole as the originally manifested. Mizuno pointed his 500 yen umbrella at me. That Nirvana was awakened a long time ago by Yoshi of the Shinozaki lineage, which means the book can't be formed by anyone but Ayumi Shinozaki. This is the successor to that line. Mizuno huffed derisively. So I plan on sending Ayumi to their Nirvana, to Heavenly Host. Once more, I'll get her to pay a visit to Makina Shinozaki's apartment. Mizuno had his arms crossed as well. This is about as reluctant a truce as they come. Is that so? You do realize that if she dies, there's no one left to replace her. Of course I know that, which is why I'll be supporting her from the shadows, as much of a real pain in the ass as that is. Okay, you do have that. I've got some plans of my own. This hardly counts as working together, you know. It's pretty much just a race to see who gets the book first. And that sure as hell ain't gonna be you, you parka freak. Says you, shit bitch. God, just kiss already. He turned to walk away, but not before chucking a knife in my general direction. It grazed my cheek before embedding itself in a bark of a tree behind me. Though I made absolutely no attempts to dodge it, nor did I allow my expression to change even marginally. Excellent. I smiled wildly, drunk on my own insane machinations. The pieces were falling into place. Much later, laying on my back in the bathing area, I thoroughly sized up the ever-after stones I'd stolen. All the while, a maid was scrubbing me down to get rid of the dead skin cells so I could keep on looking pure and lovely. Ouch. The maid just flashed me a smile and continued scrubbing. Book of Shadows aside, I wonder if I can maybe find... Maybe if I can maybe find Naho and Sayaka's bodies. It seems like it might be kind of fuck. The vehement scrubbing was making my body vibrate quite a bit, and between that and my monologuing, I wound up biting my tongue. Immediately, I shot to my feet. That's it. Stop, you piece of shit. I bit my tongue. Not just yet. We still need to wash you down with hot water. I got so much off. You must feel like a new woman. Is my skin squeaky? It is. Prove it. As you wish. Sure enough, when the maid ran her fingers over my body, the persistence they found created a sound not unlike that of a freshly cleaned plate. Whoa, not bad for a scrub. Okay then, all is forgiven. This is a pretty dress. God fucking heavenly host. I fell back into my king-size canopy bed, sprawling out as much as I possibly could. On the floor nearby was a suitcase my butler, Waldo, had prepared for me. Madam, Waldo was always so courteous, and always kept an even tone of voice when addressing me. Preparations have been completed. Whoa, what did I look back into? Oh, she was, she's at home, she was getting bathed and scrubbed down by her maid, to get off the dead skin. I guess she's just rich. I turned my head and looked down at the suitcase. Damn it all, God. I slowly peeled myself off the bed and began to begin the arduous task of packing for my trip to Heavenly Host. Opened and ready for me, the suitcase contained a number of essentials that Waldo had pre-packed on my behalf. This sucks, it's awful, I hate it. There was a canteen, some store-bought sweet buns, a black robe, some candles, matches, a knife, and a few other assorted survival items. This sucks, it's awful, I hate it. Madam, I've also prepared for you some cosmetic water and liquid foundation, along with milk lotion as if needed. Imagine doing your fucking makeup in a place like Heavenly Host. Please. He had 2 large bottles in his hand. I hate it. Of course. Extra Chapter 2, Martuba, End. Extra Chapter 3, The Unconceding. Hey, what do you want? You're a real pain in the ass, you know that? Huh? Did you say what I think you said, you bastard? And always with that smug look on your face. I'll never lose to the likes of you, you hear me? Never. Despite the oppressive summer heat, there was just something about the momentary breeze blowing through the hallway that always struck me as kind of lonely. The window was opened only about 10 centimeters, but with a weather system rolling in, that was more than enough to cool the place down pretty well. I squinted my eyes as I looked outside, enjoying this moment of rest while I could. My name's Kai Shimada. I commute to Bugaden Senior High School day by day, and model for Men's Buckle by night. Men's Buckle is a men's fashion magazine. You can find it on the shelf in most any bookstore. There are a bunch of high schoolers who model for him, but I'm kinda in the class on my own. I'm basically their standalone charisma model. Their monthly sales go up by like 10,000 whenever I'm on the cover naturally. Needless to say, I ain't got no problems with women, and I ain't got no problems with money. Plus, I'm strong in fights, so I guess you could say I'm like Mr. Perfect, a real Renaissance man. But even an Adonis like me ain't got it that easy. There's one guy who just pushes my buttons every time I see him, and that guy is none other than... Suddenly, I fell forward as if I'd been shoved from behind. Did I just walk into something? Fucker acknowledged what he did, but just barely. He didn't even slow down. He just kept on walking like he bumped into a potted plant in passing. Oh, hey, hold up, you bastard. It actually did hurt. It hurt a lot. I yelled after him at the top of my lungs. But he either didn't notice or he didn't care, and whichever it was, it pissed me off. Okay, so this is one of the guys that died in Book of Shadows during one of the time loops. Damn it. His name is Yuya Kazami. He's way bigger than he has any right to be, and I wouldn't hesitate to call him my mortal enemy. I've called him out time and time again, but got beat on every occasion to date. To date, he's the only dude I've never actually been able to win against. Because you can't just win every... you can't win when you're fighting someone with no standards. Or so I'd like to tell myself. But there are only so many times a guy can be humiliated before he just gotta win. And I don't care what kind of underhanded tactics I gotta use. I plan on making him kneel before me. In order to guarantee my victory, though, I'm gonna need to dig up some dirt on him. I considered my options as I entered the stairwell. 2 classmates of mine were there, Ryusuke Kadayama and Tomohiro Okawa. They were talking video games, which was nothing new. What type is your Topimon again? Topimon? Oh, they're playing Pokemon. A fire type that speak to water. What about yours, Ryusuke? Exact same. Man, doesn't anybody here have any ground types? Weak. What's he weak to? That's it. All I gotta do is exploit his weakness. He's gotta have one, but wait, what type is he? I thought about it for a moment, but then decided when the hell did it matter, and I began to laugh like a maniac. Huh? What the? I can win. I can beat him. This time I'll beat the shit out of him for sure. Kadayama and Okawa looked at me like I was a dancing skeleton or something. But what the fuck did I care? Did I care what they thought of me? I was feeling great. That was Shimada, right? I'll never understand that boy. And so I set off to find that deadpan douche's weakness. Gaia has whispered in my ear that victory is at hand. Come on, hurry it up. We're gonna lose our spots if we don't get there right away. Stop being such a slow eater. How about you stop complaining and just pick up the pace? That hurt. Who the hell? He looked up. He was going to flip out, but as soon as he saw me, he calmed down real quick. Now he was probably asking himself, why wasn't I watching where I was going? A cold chill ran down his back, and all I had to do was glare at him. Huh? He shriveled back. Shima, the fuck's your deal bumping into somebody without even much as an apology? You got some balls, kid. I grabbed him by the front of his shirt and tilted my head toward him, staring him down through the corners of my eyes. No, I was just in a hurry, that's all. Oh, so if you're in a hurry, you don't need to apologize for bumping into someone? I learned something new today. Does that mean if I beat the shit out of you and say I was in a hurry, I don't need to apologize for it? Everywhere you look, it's all people acting like bitches. That's why I always hated coming here during the day. Nothing but yokels getting worked up over fuck all. Man, I'm beat. That shoot ran way too long last night. I can't believe I missed the last train. Feels like I didn't get any sleep at all. I'm so fucking tired, huh? As I lazily stumbled through the hall, I came upon 3 girls who were laughing and talking, just yucking it up, and blocking the way. They didn't seem to notice me, though. That's Shimada. Not only does he model, but he's just got that cool cat style in general, you know? Huh? But he fools around all the time. Makes him kind of creepy, if you ask me. I've heard he's mistreated some of his girlfriends pretty badly, too. I'm totally a Kazami girl myself. He's smart, tall, and way more mature than any of the other guys around here. Right on, sister. He doesn't say a whole lot, but that's actually part of his charm. Yeah, I'm right there with you. If someone asked me to choose between Kazami or Shimada, I'd be Kazami all the way. What? Didn't you just call Shimada a cool cat? Not as a person, I meant in terms of looks. I could never go out with a narcissist like that. Can't even imagine someone getting seriously into him. You're so mean. Wouldn't it be kind of cool, though, if he got into a relationship and it turned out the girl was just using him? No, that is super mean. He'd do so much better if he never opened his mouth, though. He should just shut up and look good, then everything would be a-okay. We're serious, Shimada's a real bad egg, stinky as they come. Hey, I'm hearing every word of this, you bitches. Don't be talking up your shit here, you filthy whores. Wow, he's scary. Watch your mouth, that's why everybody hates... Huh? You talking back at me, you twiggy little shit? Who's everybody? Come on, out with it. Let's go, okay? Okay. Why is somebody like that in Buchanan in the first place? The girls took off faster than they'd probably ever run before in their lives. Damn pussies. I'm super fucking pissed off now. Buchanan Senior High School. After the war, in an effort to help push internalization and economic growth, an educational institution was built here as a sister school to Valtane Academy in Austria. Initially, it was an all-boys school, strictly attended by sons of affluent families, but it's since gone co-ed and relaxed its hoity-toity acceptance requirements. Damn, it was a gay school. Ugh. You cannot tell me that an all-guys high school would not be the most gayest place in the world. Gay as in good. Because I am gay myself. Like, there'd be orgies in the locker room. Like, as a gay, I know how gays work. There would be so much going on. And the drama alone, oh my god. There'd be factions. There'd be the twinks. Well, since they're all in high school, there would all be twinks. But there'd be, like, the bitchy twinks, which are mostly all twinks. There'd be the twink twinks, which are, like, twinks, if you know what I mean. Then there'd be the tall twinks, the short twinks, the older twinks, the younger twinks. Like, there'd be twink factions. Like, it would be like fucking Hunger Games in this bitch. District 1 through 12 of twinkdom. Thanks to its history and enduring reputation, though a school filled with horny prepubescent boys, obviously. Yup. Thanks to its history and enduring reputation, though, it's still largely a den of well-behaved goody two-shoeses, so I'm kind of the odd man out in a way, and that's fine by me. Alright, let's see what I can dig up. Go to the council room. Mitsuki, did the budget application from the Rikugo-style comedy research club come in yet? Not yet, and if they don't submit it soon, there's going to be hell to pay. No kidding, I should have had a word with them. I turned back to my monitor and continued typing. This work wasn't going to do itself. Meanwhile, Mitsuki was busily checking each of the thick file folders on each of the document shelves, and she wasn't missing a beat either. Their club president is always so slow, and he's always making excuses about it. That's fitting. I suppose anyone who does Rikugo has to be a master of speech in order to pull it off. Mitsuki stopped what she was doing at this time and just stared at me. I could feel her eyes burning into my head, so I stopped what I was doing, as well as stared back at her. What is it? I was just thinking, if you told me you did Rikugo by yourself, I don't think I'd be at least a bit surprised. Welcome, welcome, thanks for coming out. You know, when the times change, a lot of other things change with them. They say songs reflect the era, and the era shifts as popular as music shifts. But when I see a girl I thought was cute back in the day walking down the road with her granddaughter, all I can think is, who cares about the music? How did I get so old? What? Why? What kind of image do you have of me? I just think you'd look good in a kimono, that's all. Huh? What, is there something really wrong with that? I tried to play it off. I didn't really want to deal with whatever implications there may have been here. If there were any at all. I see. Alright then. You also strike me as the kind of a father figure in a way. A father figure? Furthermore, hello, is something wrong? Mitsuki waved her hand back and forth in front of my face. I'm a father figure? When you're really level-headed for a high school student, and you're always either reading or doing crossword puzzles in your spare time, those are traits you find more often in someone's dad commuting to work than you do in a high school student, don't you think? That may be true, but Mitsuki, do I truly come across to you like such an old man? That's what I've been trying to tell you. So that's it then, that's how it is. Just kidding. Huh? You may have the hobbies of a middle-aged man, but you're a wonderfully caring and reliable high school student council president where it counts. Mitsuki. Thank goodness, if I became the class dad, I don't know how I'd be able to live with myself. Wait, actually, if I may ask, has anything bad happened to you yet recently? Huh? Not that I can think of, why? Well, it's probably nothing, but you just seem depressed lately, from time to time, out of sorts, I suppose. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine, but if you ever do want to talk about anything, I hope you know I'm here for you. Thank you, Fukuroi. That's what I meant about you being wonderfully caring. Well, I am your father, after all. And that's what I like about you. God, shut up. Mitsuki, you know, Mitsuki, Fukuroi, I got something to ask you. Oh, you're here too, Yamamoto. Perfect. I need hey, what's wrong? As if you weren't distasteful enough to begin with, interrupting this tender moment with Mitsuki certainly did nothing to endear him to me. Kai, you know. What's going on? What's got you in such a pissy mood? Actually, scratch that. I don't care. I need to ask you something. What is it? I'm actually thinking of inviting Kazami to hang out, but I want to know what sorts of things he doesn't like so I can avoid them. Something Kazami dislikes? Let's see. I can't say I know a single thing off the top of my head. I guess when he had to help out Kurosaki with his part-time job, he looked rather unsettled. Part-time job, huh? What kind of job was it? It was at Tenjin Highlands Frightful Labyrinth School. If I recall, I believe he was... Wait, just a minute here. Shimada, you've got a serious grudge against Kazami, right? And now you're inviting him to hang out? Something smells real fishy here. I heard that. I called you red-handed, didn't I? I didn't say nothing. You made a noise. I bet you're planning to set him up again, aren't you? Now, Mitsuki, let's not get too carried away. That's right, Yamamoto. It'll give you wrinkles on that perfect forehead. But you do no favors for your beautiful face. Though I do still love the way you look when you're angry. Shimada sneaked a quick kiss on Mitsuki's left cheek. You... What are you doing? What are you doing? That's enough, Fukuroi. Shimada then flashed Mitsuki a smirk and turned heel. But time I was on my way. Laters. Wait, Kai, hold. You are so not getting away. Calm down, Mitsuki. Drop the chair. Drop the chair! Huh. I heard Mitsuki's fury erupting from behind the door, but paid it no heed and just walked out of the student council room. I got what I came for, Mr. Frightful Labyrinth. Alright, good to go. Now I just gotta confront, Speaking of the devil, squinting my eyes, I could just make out Kazami walking a little ways ahead of me. This is my lucky day. Yo, hey, Mr. Emo. Going home by yourself again? How sad. Hey, listen to me when I'm talking to you. You deaf? Stop, Kazami. He was completely ignoring me, but I was bound and determined to get his attention and started yelling at the top of my lungs. Finally, the usually expressionless Kazami turned around, and he actually looked annoyed as hell with me. Good. What do you want? Don't be silent when you're looking at someone. When I got prey in my sights, I'm not the kind of guy who lets it get away. So it's your own damn fault for ignoring me the first time. Now you're prey then? See anyone else here, pretty boy? I'm different today, Kazami. I'm ready for you. Let's settle this. Right here and right now. I stand alone, beaten by the cold wind. And that's the way I like it. It's perfect. I'm perfect, and you're gonna regret you ever crossed me. Hey, what do you want? You're a real pain in the ass, you know that? Huh? Did you just say what I think? You said, you bastard, and always with that smug look on your face? I'll never lose to the likes of you. You hear me? Never. I'm always gonna be alone, huh? Well, that's fine. As long as I'm always on top, as long as I never lose to anybody else. Not anybody. Hey, hello? Yo, you listening, Kazami? Huh, is that so? Is that so? Fuck you. What the hell are you laughing at? Don't be making a fool out of me, you jackass. It's not my intention to make a fool of you. I don't get you, man. You think you can always just play it cool and people like me will look the other way? Eat some of this. Once upon a time, there was 3 young boys who snuck into a deserted house. What's this about now? Just shut up and listen. The house had a thatched roof and had been totally empty for decades. The floors were all patched up with boards and the walls were in shambles. And there was tons of dust on the top of the scattered broken furniture the former owners had left behind. Once they got inside, the kids split up. One went to the kitchen while another went to the bedroom, and the third went to go check out an old shogi board he'd seen in the living room. He quietly swept off all the dust from the board with his sleeve, and that's when he noticed the red and black spots all over it. There were bloodstains. He gasped, his pulse was racing and his breathing turned erratic. He couldn't look at it anymore. He averted his eyes, looking up instead, where he saw a rope hanging from the ceiling beam, with a loop tied into the end that hung down. This made him weak in the knees, and he couldn't bear to look up at it anymore. So he averted his eyes again, this time looking down. And how he had missed this before. There, right beneath the field of vision, lay a rusty knife with a red and black stains on the blade. He screamed, absolutely terrified, and his friends quickly ran into the room to see what was the matter. It didn't take them nearly as long to notice the bloody shogi board, the noose, and the rusty blood-covered knife, at which point they all froze in fear too. After that, a few moments in stunned silence, a creaky sound resonated from somewhere above their heads. The 3 of them looked up in unison, all terrified. The rope hanging from the ceiling began moving on its own, spinning in a wide circular motion. For a second, their minds all went blank. When they just all scrambled at once to get the hell out of there, tripping over anything and everything that stood between them and the door. Safely outside, they thought they were finally out of the woods, but then crashed. The deserted old house made an awful sound and collapsed in on itself before their eyes. They were shaking hard by this point, and they were all like, let's get far away from here now. But just as they turned to leave, they heard one last sound come from the ruins of the old house. It was the sound of that old rope creaking as it swung. And it was otherworldly, so it was creepy as fuck. I see. That's it, you're not scared? Come on, dude, freak out. You seem to be easily amused. Oh, stuff it. Shit, this isn't working at all. I have no choice, I gotta fall back. You win this round, but I'll be back, you hear me? Don't you dare think you've seen the last of me. With that, off I went. Damn, yesterday was a huge pain in the ass. Does this guy even have a weakness? Or is he like totally infallible? No, there has to be something that bothers him. It's impossible for there not to be. I need to settle the score. Depressed and determined, I went to the student council room. Anybody home? And of course, when I opened the door, who should I see but Kazami? He placed a chair by the window and had his eyes closed, but for some reason his forehead was all crunched up, like he was trying to think of something. When I called out, Kazami opened his eyes and gave me a sharp glare. It was actually kind of intimidating, though I'd never say that to his face. Nonetheless, I backed off a little. What the hell? You wanna go, huh? Kai, how many times have I told you not to stir up trouble in the student council room? Huh? Why is the door open? Whoa, did I come in at a bad time or something? We all turned our attention toward Kurosaki. No, Kurosaki, you came in at just the right moment. Seriously, sure seems like bad timing to me. There's totally a chill in the air here. It's from those two. Hey, don't talk about us like we're plagued or something. So, Kurosaki, what can I help you with? Oh yeah, I thought maybe we could all try some of this together. Is that? You have the infamous R2 yakisoba bread. It's usually sold out, but I managed to get my hands on some today. I was thinking it might be fun for us to try our luck. R2 yakisoba bread. It was actually written like R squared, and stood for Russian roulette. There were small bread bites covered in fried soba noodles. Only a few packs were produced each day, and for every 20 pieces, 5 of them at random were secretly infused with red-hot chili sauce. Strangely, this made it a real hit item. That sounds delicious. Isn't it supposed to be kind of dangerous, though? Like, to the extent that people have actually passed out from it? Those are just silly rumors. If they were really capable of knocking people out, they would have stopped selling it a long time ago, don't you think? That is true. But you're not good with these, are you, Kazami? Huh? So I guess it would be me, Fuguro, and Shimada. No way, you've got to get in on this too, Kazami. R2's super rare after all. You can't not eat it when you got it. Oh, I know. Since we've got this rare opportunity, how about we continue what we started last night, you and me? You're not gonna back down from a challenge, are you? You're certainly persistent. You're damn right I am. You fuck. I ain't about to go down a loser. I'm nobody's bitch. We're gonna settle the score right here, once and for all, with the R2 yakisoba bread. But it'd be kind of boring. Just try our luck and be done with it. What do you say we put something on the line? If you win, let's see how about I give you the cover spread on the next issue of Men's Buckle. But if you lose, you're gonna bow before me and admit you're a loser. Alright, I accept those terms. Oh, hey, Kazami. Kurosaki, hand it over. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Kurosaki, Kazami, Fuguro, and each took a piece of the bread from the wrapper. You all ready? You bet, just say the word. Would I have to be part of this again? On 3. 1, 2... Looks like Shimada hit the jackpot. You're right, Kai? That was one of the chili pieces, alright. I did my best to hold in my screams, but there was only so much I could do. Something had to give. It was tough not spitting it out, but I had to show these shitheads that I could handle a little spice. You brought this on yourself, you know. Here, drink some tea. I snatched a bottle from Kurosaki and chugged it down wholesale. Shimada, you're all teary-eyed. You okay? I'm not crying. Really? But your eyes. I said I'm not crying. Alright already. No need for the blown gasket. Looks like I win. Why'd I have to be the only one to get a hot piece, damn it? All my sources said there'd be extra noodles on the ones with the chili sauce. Is that just all smoke up my ass? As I continued to mull over where I went wrong, Kurosaki got this concerned look on his face. He was staring at Kazami, who suddenly gone real still. Hey, you alright, Kazami? Why wouldn't I be? Well, you're bothered by Parsley, right? See, this is what happens when you push yourself. You don't look so hot. Parsley? God, crap. Kurosaki kept his hands over his mouth, and Kazami shot him a helpful gaze. So that's it, your weakness is Parsley. Parsley? That's so lame. You may have taken some blows from the chili sauce, but you took some heavy hits yourself from the Parsley, so I say this match is a draw. That's absurd. What's absurd about it, you bastard? I don't lose, I can't. It's not possible. Damn it, not now. Yeah, sure I can. Okay, see you soon. What's that, you have work? Yeah, I'm getting called in for some gig that just came up. So I guess we'll just have to settle this another day. That's not how it works. Drawing from a challenge is a tantamount to losing. Not in a fucking way. If it's from the third-party interference, it don't count, so any loss of my part is null and void. I can't help it if I'm busy. I'm popular. I'm also out of here. No matter how much work you've got, Kai, just don't push yourself too hard. Remember, you're a student first. Yeah, I got it. Speaking of, if there's anything in the wings, Mr. President, I'll sure be to follow up. But for now, I'm off. Later, loser. Oh, the hell you just say? Well, here we go again. Kazami can be a real sore loser. You too, if you're going to fight, take it outside. Furukawa was basically face palming, but me, I was ready to rip Kazami a new one. You really boil my blood, you motherfucker. I just want to puke when I see your face. I can say the same to you. You're a mongrel, all bark, no bite. You little, who the fuck you calling a mongrel? I can't let you get away with that shit. I don't give a fuck if you cry like a punk-ass bitch. You're mine. All I hear is barking. I'll show you barking, you bastard. Let's go, one more time. Fine, I'll be happy to show you which of us is stronger. You're on. You're going down. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, brain-dead fucker. Hey, Kurosaki, go buy some egg bread. What? Me? Hey, did you see this month's issue of Men's Buckle? Not yet. Why? I saw this when I was walking past the bookstore yesterday. But you used on the cover. Isn't that amazing? What? Why Kazami? Oh, I can answer that. For whatever reason, Shimada and Yuya wanted to test their luck, or to be more accurate, they, along with Masato and Katsuki, decided to take the R2 Yakisoba Bread Challenge. But when they couldn't agree on a victor, Yuya and Shimada had an egg bread speed eating contest. And as usual, Shimada bowed out early. The difference is this time around they put something on the line. The right to be in the cover for this month's issue of Men's Buckle. That does sound like Shimada. I could easily see him making a wager like that without thinking it through. He never thinks anything through. But I have to admit, I'm really grateful for it this time. Thank you, Shimada. Kind of surprising this publisher would allow someone with no modeling experience to be on the cover, though. If you're hot, you can get on anything. Well, he is Buchanan's most well-rounded man. His cover shop brought sales up to over 30,000 copies, apparently. Was this guy always this big and blue? Honestly, I never expected he'd actually be able to join me for a shoot after I lost the bet. But both the editor and the cameraman gave the okay without a second thought. I mean, fuck, what is he? This sucks. Wait just a minute. I'm the charisma model here. I ain't got time to sulk. I won't lose to that dipwad, no way, no how. In fact, the battle's only just begun. I have Guy on my side. Next time, I'll have him begging for mercy. You better be ready for me, Kazami. God, just kiss already. Ryosuke, did you just hear a thoroughly disturbing laugh? I sure did. Never a dull moment with Shimada around, is there? Just another peaceful day here at Buchanan. Extra Chapter 3, The Unconceding. End. What time is it? 3:43, and it's like midnight for you. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna eat something real quick, and I'm gonna come back for the other chapters. Okay. Hello. I was gonna try to do all the extra chapters in one go, but they are a bit longer than I thought. It's now 4:11 in the morning. I'm not gonna go to sleep, but I just rather do the next few ones probably tomorrow afternoon. It's like they're quick, but they're not that quick. So, sorry to disappoint. But, I'm gonna go for now. I will actually finally be done with this game today, later on in the evening. So, what? Those were new chapters. That was extra chapter 1, 2, and 3. Maybe tomorrow we'll get through chapter 4, 5, 6, and maybe 7. There's gonna be an 8 one that unlocks after 7. So we'll get through those today in the afternoon. Thank you for sticking with me through this game. I hope you've all been enjoying it. I will catch you later on today. If you're watching the VOD, thank you for watching the VOD. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching on YouTube. Like, subscribe, do all those things. Follow me on Twitch. On Twitch, I'm a bitch. I'm the bitch. So yeah. Goodbye.